Starmie finally gets a Mega Evolution in Pokemon Legends ZA. And while not everybody is happy about its design and also half the world is memeing it, this Mega Evolution might be one of the biggest changes we've seen to a Pokemon, as Starmie goes from a special attacker to a viable physical attacker. Because in Pokemon Legends ZA, Starmie gained 140 extra base points, as opposed to the usual plus 100 that Mega Pokemon receive. Because Pokemon Legends ZA did this to both Mega Mawile and Mega Medicham, people speculate that Starmie's going to have either huge power or pure power. So how good will Mega Starmie be competitively? Let's talk about it. Starmie finally gets a Mega Evolution in Pokemon Legends ZA. And not only that, they gave Starmie a lot of buffs. So let's talk about the buffs real quick and then we'll get to the Mega Evolution. We'll talk about the ability that everybody's saying it has because of that extra 40 points it gets an attack, and we'll go from there. So Starmie learns, and I actually purposely left this out of the video where I talked about all the buffs because I didn't really want to, spoil Mega Starmie in that video at that time. But Starmie gets Aqua Jet, Bulk Up, Liquidation, Zen Headbutt, and Self-Destruct. But why does Starmie get all of these? Because Mega Starmie has 140 base attack. They upped its speed, they upped its special attack, they upped its defenses, and they upped its attack. Now this Pokemon actually got 140 attack or 140 increase in stats, whereas Megas always get 100. So because Mega Medicham and Mega Mawile got the same thing to their attacks in Pokemon Legends ZA, they got an extra 40. We're gonna speculate, and everybody's speculating, everybody's assuming that Mega Starmie gets pure power or huge power. So let's just assume pure power for the sake of this video, and that can be absolutely insane for Mega Starmie. Now, I'm going to also note that if that ends up happening, I'm pretty sure its attack goes down to 100 from 140, so it's not going to be pure power 140 base power, which is absolutely disgusting to even think about. But this will be our first pure power, huge power mixed Pokemon, right? That is actually really good still on the special attack stat, because Starmie from Mega Starmie got a 30 special attack increase, a 5 speed increase, which is actually very important. This is 372 speed. Beautiful, beautiful speed tier. And the 130, it's finally on par with like Latios and Gengar and things like that. And then the defenses are really nice too, because Starmie just got a really nice additional bulk. Like those extra 40 points are pretty nice when it comes to it. But I want to talk about the pure power and the ability about bulk up. So 100 base attack, and again, I'm just going to talk about it as 100 base attacks. Puka's sitting on me, by the way, so if you see someone pop out, it's because Puka is literally on my lap. But if you have 100 base attack with pure power, that's similar to how Medicham got its boost, right? So Medicham went from 60 to literally 100. And we know how strong this Pokemon is. Now, Starmie doesn't have access to Wave Crash or anything, but Liquidation is really, really nice. And obviously, the Bulk Up set is really cool too. Especially the fact that Rapid Spin ends up boosting its speed as well, plus getting rid of hazards. But something like Liquidation, Bulk Up, Psycho Cut, which it does learn, or Zen Headbutt now, or even an Aqua Jet set, can be extremely threatening. I do like the idea of Rapid Spin. I do like the idea of you not being able to switch in on this Pokemon in general. And I like that Pure Power is giving it some really cool additions to its set. I also like the fact that it can be a pure power physical mon that can run like mixed Grass Knot / Thunderbolt to deal with walls like Dondozo or anything like that, right? It can literally run coverage. And I also like that it has self-destruct. So just to show just a little, a little calc, right? So let's go +1 here. We're going to put the pure power in it, and we're going to put one of the more defensive Pokemon. Now, I'll put Toxapex just to like have it get bopped by a Zen Headbutt or something like that, a +1, obviously. And we'll make it Impish as well just to see. Yep, there's that one. And let's make it Psycho Cut 2 just to prove that the 100% accurate one also kills 2. There you go. This one's really interesting because like Mega Medicham also learns Bulk Up, but it's not typically able to do this because it's so slow. Whereas Starmie is fast naturally and forces switches on a lot of different types. Like Starmie speed tier is absolutely insane for that. So being able to actually do that and also threaten something like Toxapex, I think is really nice. And also like obviously Ting Lu, I don't have to show you, but like here's Ting Lu dying to Liquidation for anybody out there that hates on Ting Lu. Though obviously if it's max defense, it actually ends up living it. It takes it pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. So it's almost like it almost feels like a Crawdon in a sense, but stronger because of the fact that you're actually going to be able to boost and use your buffs too, and you also have the Aqua Jet priority. Now when it comes to like the standard tier, Aqua Jet priority actually isn't picking off too many Pokemon that are faster than you at all. But the big thing is that it just gives you a way to damage things, and I think it's going to be crazy for Starmie in Draft. Draft is the format where you and your Pokemon basically draft Pokemon like players, if any, of any team, and I can see your team, you can see my team, and we counter team each other. Right, I can see the Pokemon you drafted, you can see the Pokemon I drafted, and we counter team each other. So I think Starmie has some crazy options for that. Self-destruct just gives it a nice little nuke, right? Like this, what's it called? Liquidation plus Zen Headbutt. I mean, Water Psychic is walled by Dragon to an extent, right? To an extent. Like Latios, for instance, is still taking 68 to 81. And the big thing is too, Starmie also has flip turn. So like just flip turn off of pure power, just to show like no boost, but flip turn off of pure power. You're getting 32 to 38% on a on a Latios is bulky, right? And it's not that bulky, but it's bulky enough, right? 80-80 is pretty nice. And you're getting this off of just a neutral move, no attacking. Not to mention, it's not like you don't still have access to Ice Beam. Right? It's not like you still can't 2-hit, which you naturally 2-hit KO, which is crazy, right? And that's insane. So it can be a crazy mix attacker. Like even take Corviknight, for instance. So first off, physically defensive Corviknight is taking 40 to 47 from this, right? So if it pops it, if you do 40, 47, you can have Thunderbolt as well on the side, and you're doing 46 to 54. So like rocks are up, you smoke anyway. But like it's just crazy to think about like how much it is. You don't even need to have, you can run some special attack investment. So it's crazy to think about like this. And let's go Dondozo as well. Dondozo is taking that much, and then we have Grass Knot 2, which is stronger, and even like Spadefdozo. Let's go Careful, just to show some things. But like even Careful Nature, which isn't beating you, by the way, with what, Waterfall, Body Press, none of that. You can have Recover too. That's a big thing as well. Like Medicham does have access to Bulk Up and Recover, Mega Medicham, but it's not able to get them off because it's too slow. Starmie has the speed to be able to do that, right? It also has the added bulk, which is pretty important. So Mons are a bit faster. Let's talk about Booster Energy, Iron Valve. Moonblast is doing 54 to 63, right? So let's even talk about like a Thunderbolt, obviously, which you're easily living, 68 to 81. And then like it just being this bulky is really, really, really nice. Obviously, Dragapult and like Scarf Golden Go and Pokemon like that can take it out. But even then, I think Starmie has so much potential. Now, I want to talk about like Pokemon that can wall it and how Starmie can beat them 1v1. So Ferrothorn is something that comes to mind as something that can easily wall Water plus this, right? And Ferrothorn can Leech Seed you, and Ferrothorn can set up hazards on you, and Ferrothorn can Power Whip and beat you as well. But Starmie has some incredible tools to be able to break through Ferrothorn, and it's done it in the past with its Rapid Spin Scald sets with Reflect type. But now, this is where like this is going to be like a draft monster. For those that don't know, Reflect type, what it does is it changes you into the type of your opponent. It literally reflects their type. So Ferrothorn is Grass plus Steel. You use Reflect type on Ferrothorn, and you are now Grass Steel. You cannot be Leech Seeded. You resist Power Whip and everything like that, and you start bulking up. So like a set like this. By the way, you get 2 bulk ups before it ends up body pressing you. So you actually still beat Ferrothorn, even if it has, Leech Seed knockoff body press spikes or anything like that, or Power Whips body press. You still beat Ferrothorn 1v1 because you get 2 bulk ups before you end up hitting him. So just to show you, physically defensive Ferrothorn, National Dex defensive, yeah. Let's just make it max just to have that, and let's make it, let's go body press, right? So Power Whip, obviously. So I go for, I bulked up as Ferrothorn comes in, right? So I'm +1. Also crazy that you're doing 34. This is not max match, but it's still crazy that you're doing about 30%. Like it's crazy. And also defense drops and stuff like that. So Power Up doesn't even kill you regularly. But in this next turn, the second turn they're attacking me, I Reflect type. So I end up becoming Ferrothorn's type. So I become Grass and I become Steel, right? So Power Up does that. Their body press is already only doing 47 to 56, but they're not going for it on that turn, right? So the next turn, you're going for +2, and now they're doing 36 to 42 on the next turn. And then on top of that, Starmie has access to Recover, right? It's only 8 PP Recover, but it's just crazy that this mon has potential. And look how much your Liquidation is starting to do, right? You don't have Stab on it, right? But eventually you get +6 and you beat them 1v1. Like you 2-shot them. So that's basically the idea behind it, right? So body press is doing nothing. Now, if Ferrothorn ends up having Iron Press, body press, fine. But I'm just showing you situations where, like, especially like in draft or even in standard, where this guy can do something crazy like this. He can also do this same thing. Let me put Nat Dex for this Pokemon, just so we can actually look at his move pool. Because Starmie is unfortunately not in the game, which is a huge hater energy, by the way. I just want to talk about, like, you can literally also just run 4 attacks self-destruct, and self-destruct is such a nuke on this Pokemon. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this as well. Just having self-destruct, just to show you, just neutral self-destruct is coming off of this. Pretty bulky Pokemon. Let's put Latias, right? So this is max HP Latias. It just straight up dies to self-destruct, right? So you get a little nuke on that. I think this is gonna be really cool as well in draft, but also just in standard play. And then you could do just a liquidation, rapid spin, cycle cut, self-destruct, and you're just trading your mega for something. Yeah, but you're trading it for a Pokemon that, like, if your team is very weak to, maybe Tornadus. Maybe Tornadus, your team is very weak to. It's Assault Vest Tornadus. Your team is a special team, and it's very difficult for you to deal with that. Just being able to knock that thing out in one hit is crazy. It's crazy. So I think there's so much potential when it comes to this. Obviously, I don't have to talk about the special side of Starmie, right? It's just Starmie with 130 special attack. So like it's strong. It's still, it's actually about the same as, well, let me actually just show you. I cut myself out there, but let me actually show you. So this is max special attack Starmie, doing 43 to 51, the max HP Lottie with this. And then if I make it 100 base power and give it a life orb, you're just like slightly weaker than the other. So it's almost about the same. So like that's just if you have the investment, but you really don't need the investment when it comes to this Pokemon. Like obviously you're missing on the life orb, but that's if it gets the pure power, which everybody is speculating on. And I think if it does, it's going to be an insane top tier threat when it comes to this. And just again, being able to flip turn around and just be faster than plenty of threats like Mega Diancie and below. The Lotties as well. Like if you just look at the, I'll go over the OU tier real quick, but just to show like an idea of what is currently like. You're slower than Ace, but you have Aqua Jet for Ace too, which is why I think Ace can be something that you can actually like check. You don't have to worry too much about that. But Darkrai, you still check with Aqua Jet, and Aqua Jet, like you're doing a lot to Darkrai with Aqua Jet. You're doing about 40, 50. But these guys are all faster, but then you're faster than everything, but you're faster than Iron Moth, which you're rare already naturally. You're faster than Val, non-booster. And booster, we already saw it doesn't KO you, right? So you just liquidation Aqua Jet and KO it. Aqua Jet also lets you outplay King Gambit Sucker Punch, which is really crazy as well when it comes to this Pokemon. So I think there's a lot of potential when it comes to this. And I think that it's going to be a pretty crazy Pokemon, especially if it doesn't have any pure power. But what are your thoughts? Let me know, of course, down below. I'm excited for this Pokemon in draft. I'm excited for it in standard. And I do like that Starmie finally has something going for it, man. Like I think a lot of the generations, Gen 1, 2, 3, they need buffs, right? They need stat increases, forms, whatever it is, because I don't think every Pokemon needs to be viable, but I would love for every Pokemon to be viable. It's really fun. And you really do see that in draft. But all the additions are really cool for Starmie. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you guys in the next one. Leave a like. Also, if you didn't know, I do have merch available. Feel free to pick up my new stainless steel Mega Draco Ice Shaker if you want to. Keep your cold stuff cold. 40 ounces right there. As well as my new hoodies. There's only 100 of each available, but there's less. There's about 50 of each available now. If you want to pick them up, you can. And even my Mega Meteor Burst, which is a reskin of Meteor Burst flavor. It tastes like liquid. It tastes like Skittles, I would say, like liquid Skittles. But yeah, if you do enjoy it, leave a like. If you use code AIM on anything that's cool, none of that is caffeinated. But if you get anything caffeinated, 18+, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it. Peace.